Okay, I need to
Engineers
skip
that
through.
support the next mission to Mars could be in this class.
I would. That's really loud in my ears. But then again, I have my headphones at 100. So if it is loud for you, just turn down your headphones to his. Yeah. Anyways, let me get myself in position. Okay, so this is called I Sat Down with a Killer. Yes, I'm once again vulnerable to ads. I'm fucking lying. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you're lagging. Just restart the
There is a
stream.
certain process of
Oh,
elimination when
subtitles.
you are at the scene of a death.
I do like
Some
Ramen though.
cases are obviously going to be
Just so everyone
trickier than
knows.
others. Some cases, the whole time, the
Oh, it's you?
investigators are
Oh,
debating.
okay.
First of all, how? Like, how did this even happen? We don't know. And if this is what truly happened, if our theory is correct, are we sure that's what really happened? That's what the investigators are doing. But for Detective Ryan, this case starts off really easy. Dead man in the living room in his own house. He's dead in his living room, in his house,
Okay.
in like a secluded wooded area. He walks in. Was it natural? That's the first question. Well, no, because there's droplets of blood right at the entrance of the house. It doesn't seem like it was natural. Detective Ryan steps into the house a little bit deeper now. Was it a robbery gone wrong? The door shows no signs of forced entry. He steps inside further, and there are just streaks of blood everywhere. One of the other officers walks straight up to him and just
That's
says,
a lot of blood.
well, somebody tried to cut this dude's head off.
I'm sorry. I know you guys can't hear me, but I am sorry.
The cause of death is murder with a hunting knife. By the clues left behind in the living room, I mean, nothing of value is taken. All of the blood is concentrated near the couch in this living room area. Whoever did this hunted the dead man. It's like they hunted them and killed him in his own living room. And it wasn't quick either. Like, there are slash wounds all over this man's body. His throat is nearly slit. You can see the bone on both sides. There's blood all over the walls. There's blood soaking into the carpets. This guy was hunted. He was killed rather painfully, rather violently in his own living room. The first interesting detail that sticks out to Officer Ryan is that there's this bloody footprint that just feels so out of place. Obviously, there's gonna be lots of bloody footprints all over this living room, but it's concentrated in this specific living room area.
I just read that.
Except this one clear bloody footprint right in front of the door to the primary bedroom. It's almost like the killer, whoever this person is, walked over there, put one foot just outside the door, never stepped inside. What are they doing? Detective Ryan steps inside the master bedroom and he starts looking around. And that's when he sees it. He's like, did the killer slit that man's throat, walk over to this bedroom to spit on the bed? Detective Ryan knows instantly.
So, the killer, okay. It's like waiting for food to heat up in the microwave. Okay. But, so basically, the killer went and spit on the guy's bed. That's weird. Sorry.
That whoever did this knows the dead man, targeted the dead man, hunted the dead man, and left a giant trail of evidence. It's not long after that that Detective Ryan is gonna find the killer. And he's got a lot of questions to ask this killer. And so do we.
Some of those includes mention of grooming, animal abuse, and CSA. Oh, okay. Please don't hesitate. Take a break if needed. Warning, chat. If you don't like any of this, do not watch for the next hour. Don't watch the stream for the next hour. This killer had hatred. Yes. The fuck you mean walked in and spit on the damn bed? That's personal. I feel like if you do anything after you kill somebody, especially spit on their bed, that's weird.
Take us to when we're in the car after you kill Dennis.
How was he out of jail?
I was bleeding severely. I had a severe wound. Speaking to my buddy in the passenger seat, I was not even thinking about getting away with it. I was thinking about stopping the blood flow.
Did you have a hole in your hand?
I did. I put a knife right through it. Severed the ligaments and tendons.
How long was the knife?
It was a hunting knife, so they're about
A weapons on standby. Well, we don't know
6 inches
why
long.
first. We're
6,
gonna
8
find the
inches.
motive.
And that was
That's-
also the murder weapon?
That was actually the murder weapon. Oopsies. Ooh. Oops. Oopsies. That was a murder weapon. I had blood on it. I'm fine though.
Yes.
It's fine. It's fine. If she's
Did
showing on
take the
YouTube,
murder weapon with
I
you,
think
or
I'll be
did you
fine.
leave it?
Took it.
Okay.
And there was blood everywhere. Was it coming from your hand or was it someone else's blood?
A mixture.
Did you
Wait,
feel
what?
the need to
I'm sorry. My fault.
hand or was it someone?
Took it.
And there was blood everywhere. Was it coming from your hand or was it someone else's blood?
A mixture.
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel the need to get rid of
Oh,
the
that's big.
blood?
That was like a hunting knife. Is that? I'm correct. I think he said
I had a
hunting knife.
glove on, and when I got back to my house, I could wring out the glove. It was just pouring out of me,
Ew.
and it was everywhere in my garage.
Ew.
Can you walk me through the hole in your hand?
See, it wasn't
Sorry.
straight through the hand. It was down this way and out this way. So it went the whole length.
Oh,
And you could see
it went, instead of going this way, it went, oh. Oh. Owie. This is interesting in the morbid
pretty
way.
deep into because it was wide open at the
Oh,
time.
you could
And you're
see
just
inside your
driving with
own
one
hand.
hand.
Sorry.
I had the glove on at the time, so I couldn't see it until I got
Eh,
back.
his hand looks fine
and
now.
Standing
Probably
in my
has, like,
garage,
nerve
pulled the
issues,
glove
though.
off, and then I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh boy, we got a problem."
Did it hurt? The
Yeah.
hole in the hand?
Yeah, but I was full of adrenaline and cocaine. And
Oh,
alcohol.
man.
I wasn't.
Oh, man. Let's- Oh, God. So a mixture of adrenaline, drugs, and alcohol. It's never a good mixture. That's never a good mixture.
Fixated on the pain.
I'm very interested, though. Why did he kill this
At the
man?
time.
Like, what
The
happened?
next morning, police are surrounding your house and you pour a glass of Chardonnay. Yeah?
Oh, my God.
How many police officers are outside trying to arrest you?
12 to 20.
Are you scared?
12 to 20 officers? Of course, there's always some sort of substance. Of course, yeah, you're right.
I'm
You're
thinking
not
life
wrong.
is over.
You're right.
Your attorney describes it as horrific crime
Yeah, I
scene
thought I would
photos
see
after
what
you
the
left
killer
Dennis's
has
house.
to actually say.
Have you seen
Well,
those photos?
There's a reason he's out of jail,
Did
though.
you feel anything when you saw it?
There's some reason. I don't know why. I mean, murder's never right. I will never say murder's right.
Honestly, no.
Oh, that's my headphones. So,
Dennis's obituary reads, "To those who knew him well, he will be remembered as a great man who always went above and beyond the call of duty, and one whose love and loyalty for his friends was unparalleled." Do you agree with that?
No, I do not agree with that.
You
kinda-
provided to us
Okay.
your records, like your psychology records from when
Okay.
you were in jail and then later prison.
Okay.
Psychologist asked
So
you,
he did go
"Do
to
you feel
prison, but why is
relief
he
after
out?
the
Normally, people
homicide?"
that murder
And you say,
get like
"I can't
life
say that.
in
Things
prison.
were out of control.
That's weird.
No relief."
Yeah, what happened in that night was horrific. In his house was horrific, and it wasn't anything to sit back and rejoice over. It was a bloody, gory, horrific event.
So he didn't get
Do
any
you remember how many times you
pleasure out of
stabbed him,
this?
or do you only know
not
from
pleasure,
what's
but
been
like you know what I
told?
mean, Chad. No,
Only
not
from
nothing
what I've
weird. I mean,
been
like you know how
told.
killers, yeah. You know, must have been a justified murder.
Initially,
I
when
wonder
you were
why.
first arrested, I think there
Wait.
was questions of.
I don't know. We'll figure it
maybe
out,
there
chat. This is an hour
insanity
long, by the
plea.
way. Get your
Maybe there
snackies,
are all these
get
other
your
things.
coffee,
And
get your
one
water,
report
get your
reads,
whatever
"The
the hell
most
you drink.
outstanding clinical feature was the absence
Yeah.
of any significant overt psychopathology." So does that mean that some psychiatrists were confused because you didn't strike them as a psychopath or someone that just kills out of nowhere?
Right, they didn't find any, anything psychologically wrong
So-
with me to do what I did.
So he has nothing
You
psychologically
killed
wrong.
Dennis Pegg.
I did.
You stabbed him.
I did.
Well, yeah, he went
Reports
to jail.
that you slit his throat.
Yes.
You spit on
Flame in the throat is like, for me, very personal. I don't know. I mean, you gotta go with the head, and then you gotta do the motion of I don't know. I don't know.
On his back.
Maybe it's a me thing.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, more
and
personal.
you drove off
I'll be
with
signature.
a
Gotta
hole in your hand.
get my brother on the bus.
Correct.
And
That's
then you were
fine.
arrested, and psychiatrists say
Soon
that
I'm
they
gonna have to do
found
that too with
nothing
Mochi.
wrong with you.
School bus.
Correct.
To me,
And
the
so
eyes are the
technically, you
most
killed
personal.
someone, and you don't regret
Yeah, I
it.
mean, if you like dig out the eyes,
No.
yeah. That shit,
And
I don't even
everyone
like.
in town, while you're in jail waiting for a trial, a plea deal, waiting for whatever fate has in store, everyone in town has free Clark stickers on their cars. People are writing articles. People are
Wait a minute. This man has people in this town saying free Clark. I want you know, we can't even do a serious video sometimes with it's so painful experience. You won't die till you get what the anyways. So he's basically people I'm more shocked that people are actually I don't know.
selling bumper stickers that say free Clark.
I don't know, man.
They were everywhere instantly, like in less than a week's time.
Why did you kill Dennis Pegg?
The short answer is he was a monster.
Okay.
What's the long answer?
The long answer is he had a 45-year reign of terror in our little town of Stillwater, New Jersey, raping boys.
Wait.
You know what? You know what? He did God's work on that one. I'm sorry to say it, but he did some. You know what? You know what? I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to him, bro. I mean, hell. I mean, you know what? He did
Were
good.
you one of the boys?
Sorry.
I was.
Oh man, he was one of the victims. He was one of the victims, bro. Of course, I get an ad.
This is Brett, capturing a true story for Dutch.
I was reading in your memoir, Scarred. You were born with a hole in
Justified,
your
very
heart.
justified. To
I
me.
was just a defect in my heart, and the doctors monitored me for the first 6 years of my life, and they told my parents we were down to a 6-month window to operate to repair it.
And so you had the surgery, and you have a scar that you call a zipper.
You know, with all the stitching, it looks just like a zipper.
I know in the beginning when you were a kid, you were
Heart surgery? Sorry.
bothered by the scar. Is that something you're still bothered by?
No, I've come to make peace with my scar.
So, okay, what was your
Sorry.
first impression
I
of
don't know if
Dennis?
you can
I
hear me.
know in your memoir you
Yeah.
talk about how he came over and
Okay, I know he's a victim and all, but he kind of looks like your average, you know. You know, after watching like a bunch of these like patching PDF files, YouTube video stuff, yeah, I don't know.
he offered you a
I
dollar
mean-
to touch your scar because it was the thing that your parents were doing to try and get you to be proud of your scar was to show people for quarters.
Right. You're going back, to 1971 to have open heart surgery as a 6-year-old.
He's 71. Damn. A year before my dad was born, chat. Sorry. I bring my dad up a lot.
Child.
My fault.
Open heart surgery today is still a risky
Sorry, Jack.
endeavor. So
Really?
they were extremely
Yeah.
proud of me for surviving this. I was in Mount Sinai Hospital in New York City for a month straight.
Okay.
And they were so proud. They just wanted to show me off to their friends. And they thought a neat way to, when you're a kid, you just want to fit in with all the other kids.
I'm not gonna lie, kind of their parents are kind of W parents, but like to touch the scar, I mean, kids doing that's different. I mean, hell, as a kid touching a scar, to me, I don't know. Having an adult touch a kid, I don't know. Okay, it's just a weird thing for me.
It's, I had something
Maybe-
now that made me stick out from everybody.
I
So
don't
they
know,
just
maybe-
thought it would be a way to get me
That's actually not a bad scar though. He kind of fit. Sorry.
comfortable with it by showing it
I need
to
to
their
stop doing
friends
that.
and
My fault,
collecting the
chat.
quarter.
Dennis Pegg was a family friend.
Okay.
He was.
this
my
man was a
brother's
family
boy.
friend.
I had a brother who was 6 years older than me,
Jay.
and Jay, and he was my brother's Boy Scout leader. And we
okay.
had a lot of land where we lived in New Jersey,
Yeah,
and he
it's-
would hunt on
okay,
our
at least I'm not the
land
only one,
with-
Jack.
With
I
my
mean,
father and brother. I
some
wasn't
people
old
may
enough
think
yet,
it's not
and,
weird, but for
my
personally,
parents
for
owned
me,
a
it's kinda
restaurant
weird.
back
I'm
then. My
about
father
to
put on
hit
big
crash
Sunday
out
night
central. Oh
meals,
my
and
god.
he would come every Sunday and have dinner with us and tell stories about.
That's a very sweet picture, though.
He
I don't
worked
know
at
if
the
that
county jail.
the guys in there.
as a
I don't know.
sheriff's officer, and he would tell stories about there.
Do you think that he targeted your family to get close to you guys, or do you think he genuinely
Where's no
was
friends
just
when you
friendly
need
with
him?
your
He's probably
parents?
sleeping. Is he
Targeted.
online? Oh,
Predators
fault.
have to win
let
over.
me see.
One, they have to win
No, he's
over their
online,
community,
but I
so
don't think
nobody
he's in
would
this,
ever
in this
suspect them.
room. It's okay, though.
Two, they have to win over the
okay.
family, and then
Wait.
last, they have to win over the victim.
Can you tell me about the moment that he saw your scar?
It was just a couple months after I had the surgery. Everybody in my family was in our backyard, and I came inside to get a drink and watch cartoons for a minute. And Dennis came to the front door, which was right next to our den. And I heard his voice, and I bounded up. I loved Dennis. You know, I just thought he was great. He always had his gun on and a badge. And I let him in, and he asked where everybody was. And I told him everybody was out back. And he said, let's sit in the den for a minute. And then he said, hey, I got a quarter.
weird.
Can I see your scar? Didn't think anything of it. Lifted my shirt, showed him. And he said, I've never seen a scar so raised up like yours. I have keloid condition, so my scar is pronounced. And he goes, how about I give you $1 if you let me touch it? I couldn't possibly think of.
I'm sorry. You tell a kid that, oh, I want. You tell a kid you'll give him $1 for anything? They sure gonna say yes. It's $1. Especially in the 70s. It was cheap back then. Sorry.
In my little
I need to,
6-year-old
like, shut
mind of
up.
any ulterior motives he would have. And I said, sure, Den. And he took his big meaty fingers and he ran them up and down my scar.
Oh.
And then he went below my scar line to like my belt line. And he was just probing and saying, is your stomach sore from the surgery? And I'm like, no, not at all, Den. And he's like, okay. He's like, this has to be our little secret. He goes,
What?
if you tell your parents that I gave you $1 for touching your scar, we can't be buddies. And
Yeah,
I'm like, I
but-
can keep a secret.
So
Is that like the definition of grooming? Personal question. I'm just asking. Because that sounds like a fucking way of
when
grooming.
he's like probing and touching, did it just feel like, because you had just gotten out of surgery, did it just feel like
Yes,
another adult
okay, at least
that's
okay,
maybe
okay.
making sure you're
Just a
okay?
question.
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that the feeling?
Yeah, and I had, like I said, there wasn't one thought in my mind that he could have any other reason to touch
You
other
think
than he cared
so?
about me and my
Okay.
well-being.
That seems like grooming. Saying, oh, this is our little secret.
Throughout
Like,
the book,
every-
you describe him as having
I feel like every predator says that. Like, oh, this is our little secret. Don't tell anyone or we can't be friends no more. Or, hey, da, da, da. Like, you know.
meaty fingers. And I know a lot of cases that we cover, a lot of victims remember specific sensations or very specific scents even. Is that something that you like remember distinctly as meaty fingers? Like,
Yeah, he was a big hulking guy, and I was a little tiny kid back then.
Oh, yeah.
When I say hulking, he was probably 265 pounds, and just one of those big,
What the fuck is he
beefy
wearing?
guys.
Sorry.
Him touching my scar stands
No,
out
if he's, like,
so
the
pronounced in my
victim.
mind. And
But we all, okay, he's a victim. And then the guy that he killed was a victim. It's just that I don't have any sympathy towards him. I don't have any sympathy
visualization of his
towards
big meaty
Dennis
fingers is like
anymore. I thought,
ingrained
oh
in my
shit, he
memory. I
just
wish
killed
I
him
could
and now he doesn't
scrape
care.
it
But
off and remove it, but
I
I
don't know.
can't.
I don't know.
It's like ingrained in there.
I'm assuming that's a worse memory than the actual open heart surgery.
Yeah, it's he like ruined my open heart surgery, ruined my scar. I hated my scar because what would happen later on.
No.
And he's the reason
Very
for
common
me hating the way I looked.
with the parents to
Did
make
he
them.
have any sort of fascination with your
Okay.
scar? Or
I see, I
was it
see.
truly 100% just an excuse to start grooming you?
Yeah, I don't think he had any things with a predator. They're never the way they seem. A
Yeah.
predator is a chess master, always multiple steps ahead of you. So like everything may seem one way, but to them it's complete other way. And I don't think he cared two hoots about my scar. It was just an avenue to get what he ultimately wanted.
Right.
You guys would go fishing. There would be a
Who
lake.
was in the middle of the
You
desk?
and a bunch
I'm
of
sorry,
boys
I
would go
just saw
fishing.
that.
Dennis Pegg would constantly be there. And there was an issue with the
Like, what is
sunfish.
this? Like,
these
what is the book?
little
Sorry,
fish
sorry.
in the lake that don't taste good.
I'm
They're
very,
not
I get
edible
very
fish.
distracted.
Yeah, I mean, they're tiny. So you to fillet a sunfish, you'd have to fillet a lot of them to get any meat off of there.
So it's mainly sunfish.
Right down by the dam, there'd be a lot of sunfish, and they're
Oh my
they're
God,
a really
Zane.
like gullible fish. Where
Actually,
you
I'm
don't even
not
need
even
to
mad
put a
about that.
worm on a hook. You
As
could
soon
just
as an
put your hook in the water,
says
and they
to a
see
child,
the
I'll give
bright
you $1,
shimmering, and they
or
just latch onto it.
can you keep a
and,
secret?
You
I'm calling
catch
the
'em and you
police.
just release them, or so we
Yes.
thought.
That's all I'm
He
saying.
does not
Yes.
catch and release them. What did he do?
No.
Well,
And
no.
again, for me to say,
Please, please don't tell me that he sticked his pee-pee into the fish. That's my only hope. I mean, if you kill the fish, yeah, that's a little weird because you can't get any freaking meat off of them.
he didn't like
I'm-
sunfish
Come
is wrong
And then
because he's a
ambulance,
chess
oh my God.
master. Remember, he's a predator, and he's one step ahead of us, 2 steps, 3 steps ahead of us. He would tell us little boys that sunfish were a worthless fish.
Okay. Yeah, they
and
are
that they
actually.
needed to be killed.
Okay, no.
and he would catch-
They are worthless because you can't really eat them. They're mostly a catching fish. They're not worthless, but they're catching fish. You're supposed to catch them and then throw them back in the water. No one knows me, or hasn't watched me before. I am from Maine. I'm not in Maine no more. You'll never figure out where I'm from. I was in Maine. My grandfather taught me you can catch sunfish, but you can't eat them because they have barely any meat on them. Now, I'm going on a tangent. My fault.
Catch them and stomp on
But you
them
don't
with
kill
his
'em.
boot. Or he would catch them, throw them in the grass alongside the river, and then pick up a big rock and smash it down on.
Oh, hell no. You know, I'm an animal lover. It's kind of weird because for some reason, if I see someone kill a fish, I get emotional. Or if I even hear it, I kind of like get a little weirded out. I don't know. I've always been like that though.
them.
I'm
And he'd
sorry.
be like, that's what you do to things
Oh.
that are worthless.
So everything's like a means to an end for him. So he just wants to scare everyone.
It's a control thing. It's a domination thing. It's also to let you know if he considers you worthless, this is what will happen to you. You know, we're down there as a group of young boys, and it's not just me. He's targeting. He's targeting all of us, and letting us all know how he feels about worthless things.
This is a little sidetracked, but I was doing research into sunfish because I didn't even know what they looked like. And in a lot of indigenous cultures, they're actually known for protecting the young.
Really?
That's like they're some of the fiercest protectors of their young.
I did not even know that
Like
either.
they will stay by their young for 10 to 14 days and starve themselves just to protect them. And so it
Oh
seems
my
almost
God.
ironic
Okay,
that
good night,
he
Zane.
specifically
Good night,
did not
good
like
night.
sunfish as well.
Wow, I
It's
didn't
very
know.
interesting.
Never heard
Maybe?
That. Yeah.
Okay, well,
It's amazing.
it may be
So
good
in
night.
one
I
of
don't
the
know.
court documents, it mentions that did he drink a goldfish or he bit a goldfish in half, spit.
Oh, that's disgusting. Sorry. I mean, ugh. Good night. Ooh,
the house
ooh,
into
really?
his
18
beer?
minutes
Did he
in, and we're
drink the
already.
beer with the goldfish?
Yeah. Yeah. And he said he used to do that with his army buddies.
Oh.
Can you come pick me up? I'm
Yeah,
scared.
Mom, can you come pick me
Listen,
up?
It's so stressful.
Mom, pick me up.
And he would just make you guys watch.
It made me watch. This
Oh.
was at his house.
You're saying that he will
Why
buy the
specifically
goldfish in half?
fish?
Yeah, he
Actually, now that I think about it, why fish? Normally, a lot of killers go for like kittens or dogs or squirrels or animals that are not in the water. I guess you could say. Well, I guess this guy isn't a killer, but he's more of a predator. But still, could it be because they can't defend themselves? I mean, a lot of killers they go for animals first before they go for humans. It's been psychologized like children. True. So what the hell? I'm so
bit a
confused.
goldfish in half.
My brain
and then
cannot
swallowed it
function.
down with his beer. And you
Why
can make up
fish?
whatever
Fish can't defend themselves.
psychological
Nor can
reference
cats.
you want,
Well,
you know.
actually, cats have
Again,
claws, but
it's to
still. If you start
scare
killing
me, it's
cats, I may
to
actually
show
list
violence
end
to
this
me.
stream
But
and
his
go
demeanor
cry in my
during all of it
room,
is just
in my bed.
Dennis was a light
Yeah.
switch. He
'Cause I
could
have
be
two. I have
one
3
way,
cats.
outgoing,
For anyone that
friendly,
doesn't know.
gregarious, fun-loving.
Bro, he
Instantly,
looks. I don't
eyes
know. He looks
dilate,
weird.
turn
I'm sorry.
black, and he becomes a completely different person.
Oh,
what happens at the Polaroids.
Yeah.
oh
Down at the
no.
lake again. I lived at a lake community, and there was a dam area, and
Okay.
the dam would separate the lake and then into the river,
Okay.
and that's where all us kids would hang out and
Okay.
play. He did everything out of the
That's
watchful
normal.
eye of my parents. When everything happened, my mother said, "I never even saw him with you," and I'm like, "Everything happened down at the lake," and he was giving beer to us young boys, not just
Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, that's kind of normal though. They always give children alcohol, any type of alcohol, to get them because it can make them vulnerable, even more vulnerable than they already are because alcohol makes you drunk if you drink enough. I don't know.
me down there. So I'm like 9 years old. Get a picture of a little 9-year-old. He invites me into his pickup truck
Nope.
down at the lake, and let's have a beer. So he gives me a beer, and I thought
No.
it was great. Like, here's a lieutenant. He's a lieutenant in the sheriff's department.
Oh my god,
And
he's a cop.
I'm
I
getting
forgot
to
he
have
was
a
a
beer
cop.
with
My
him. I'm
fault.
thinking,
I
this
forgot.
is
I forgot.
fantastic. And he says, one of my friends just bought a old farmhouse, and there was a old desk left behind. So I started going through the drawers, and it was filled with porno pictures. You want to see some? And
Not that. Not corn, bro. Not corn, please.
I'm like thinking like Playboy magazine type stuff.
Oh,
He,
Oh, no.
reaches.
he
had
thought it was
car-
Playboy because this was 1970s, bruh. Playboy was very popular in the 70s, I think, or 70s to 80s, I think. My fault. I will shut up now.
cargo
I'm very
shorts.
talkative.
Cargo
You don't
shorts
like
had the
that?
big
I'm
pockets
sorry,
on 'em.
but
So
I'm
he
very
opens up
talkative.
his cargo shorts pockets and takes out a handful of Polaroid pictures. And he's looking at him, and he just starts giggling like a little schoolboy
What
would
the
giggle.
fuck?
And
What
he's like,
the?
"Oh, these are a riot." He's like, "Here," and
Ew.
it was a close up of a young penis, and he's like, "Here."
I can do
Here's
this.
another one, and
I
here's
can do
another
this.
one, and it was just penis after penis, and he's slapping my knee in his truck, laughing. "Aren't these so funny? Aren't these a riot?" And I'm like, "Where's all the women, Den?"
Sorry. Where's all the women?
And he's like, "Oh, those must have been in the other drawer. Next time I go over to that house, I'll open
I'm
up
sorry, I
the
shouldn't
other
laugh at
drawer
that, but
for
that's
you."
kind of funny. I'm
But
sorry.
look at these. Aren't these a riot? Aren't these so funny? And I'm just like,
He's
See, you
very
think
uncomfortable,
He took
so.
these Polaroids. I mean, there was no friend. There was no farmhouse.
no.
Nah, I'll
He
just beat
took
the crap out of
this.
him
Yes.
myself. Well, he's dead, but
Yeah.
still.
He always had large stories, and looking back now, I don't know if one of them was true. I have no idea.
He would invite you to his house and then he would try to feed you beers and
What would happen a lot is the dam area where I lived, the river went right through Stillwater to a bridge area, the Gristmill Bridge. There was a
Okay.
old gristmill right at the bridge. And he would say down at the dam area, the fish aren't biting that good. Let's go over, towards the gristmill. Or there's twin bridges in another section of the river. Or he'd say, let's go to the twin bridges. And he would always mysteriously slip in the mud. His foot would go into the mud. Or he'd slip and go into the river
Barside
and get his
bonfire.
boot wet. And we'd have to go to his house so he could change his sneaker or change his boots.
That's weird.
And
Sorry,
that's how he
sorry,
would
that's just weird.
get me over there. And then while we're there, well, let's have a beer while we're here. So it would be
Him
just to
and
get
the
me
alcohol,
comfortable
bro.
going to his house and having a beer at his house.
were the houses like far apart or did people see that there's constantly boys going in and out of his house?
No, he lived up a long
Brazil?
driveway and the house.
The fuck do they? I
satellite up there.
don't pay
So
attention.
you
What the
can't
fuck do
see
they do in
anything, like if you
Brazil?
were to scream, people can't hear. It's
There was
Oh,
houses
God.
down below,
Mm-hmm.
but his was a driveway that went up, did a 90-degree
Oh,
turn to the house.
not that type of
And
house.
it was the only house up there. His house,
Ooh,
I
sorry.
don't want to call it a cabin. It was a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. And
Okay.
it sat up on a hill that overlooked the
Oh.
elementary school playground.
Excuse me? Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Hold up. I'm not gonna lie, I do like these types of houses. I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent. My fault. I'm just saying I do like these types of houses where they're kind of on a hill, but then they go up a little bit. My fault. Anyways, now I'm going back to the elementary school part. You know damn well what he was doing when he was looking for a house. He was looking to see, like, oh my god. Okay, so technically, oh my, okay. Oh, I feel like personal preference. I feel like if there's any houses around elementary schools, they should do background checks on people and maybe do like an evaluation test on someone before they can buy the house because this is gross. This is gross. In my opinion, that is gross.
Was he like looking
Sorry.
there all the time? Was he outside?
I went to that elementary school, Stillwater Elementary School. I was in Little League Baseball, and he was at every game that I can recall. Down on the fence, there was a fence that would go
I mean, all
around
this
the
is
ball
gross, but
field.
I'm just saying.
He would be down there.
Good
He
night.
would come around the fence to the bench where we'd sit at and grab your shoulders. Oh, great job out there. Great job. Just always down at the playground with the young kids.
No one thought it was weird? Because he doesn't have kids of his own, right?
Not married, no kids. But he's the lieutenant in the sheriff's department. He's the
No
Boy
wonder he
Scout
ain't
leader.
married.
The
Sorry.
Boy Scouts did their meetings in the gym of the elementary school.
Thank God he had no kids,
So
though.
he's
Thank God.
wrapped around everything in the town.
Side eye
He's
him.
on the Stillwater Historical Society board. The little old ladies loved him. I mean, this goes on for years now. You know, the touching of the scar happened when I was 6 years old. It goes on to, like I said, inviting me into his truck down at the dam to have a beer with him. And this has to be our secret. And in my mind, I'm like, I don't want to ruin this, so I'm not going to tell my parents I had a beer with the lieutenant from the sheriff's department. This is fantastic. You know, and he made you like his equal. You know, he put you on equal. He made you like feel special, and it's us against the world. Everything he told me. I mean, one of the stories I recite is he was always taking trips out west. And on one of his trips, he said he met the Marlboro Man. Now, if you grew up in the 70s, 80s, the Marlboro Man was a fictional character, but on the back of every magazine with a Marlboro cigarette.
Oh, the cigarette. Like they had a mat, like a He had a mascot. He had a mascot, man. What the
dangling in
fuck?
his mouth.
What the
And
hell?
he was the coolest dude imaginable. Dennis took the coolest, machoest guy in America and told me he met him on a trip and he was gay. He said, it didn't bother me in the least. He was such a great guy. We hung out for 3 days and had dinners and just, you know, just spent.
So he quote unquote met the whatever the fuck, the cigarette guy or mascot thing, whatever man, and told the kids that he's gay, and it doesn't. Oh, man. He said, "Oh, that's weird. I don't know. Being gay is fine. That's just weird."
And again, he would say, this has to be
That
our
he's
secret.
just
Don't tell
saying-
anybody the Marlboro Man's gay. He confided that in me, you know. I don't want his secret getting out. Did he ever meet the Marlboro Man?
No.
Who played the Marlboro Man?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Probably not. Yeah,
Was
probably
the
not.
Marlboro Man gay?
Probably.
Who knows?
Who knows? I mean, no.
It's just like I said. Nothing is ever as it seems with a predator. And so what's he doing?
Like being gay
He's
is
taking
fine.
the
It's
machoist
just
guy in
why are you
America,
telling? I don't know. That's
fictional character, but machoist, and making him gay and trying to gauge my response and trying to normalize it. Like, hey, the machoist guy in the world is gay, you know, and that's. Again, I that's what I would surmise he was doing. You know, I can't get into his mind.
Of course.
We're now entering the master bedroom, where
The
a good deal of the phenomenon has occurred.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to skip this chat.
This is like
Oh, this is a
nothing we've
Conjuring.
faced before.
The Conjuring Last Rites. Rated
Yeah,
R.
yeah.
Discover
Will I be
unlimited
watching that?
learning on
No.
Coursera.
I'm a little scaredy
Explore
cat.
professional lessons designed by Meta for you.
He tries to start wrestling with you. That was kind of like the gateway into.
Yeah, you know, so he's taken
Oh,
years now,
no.
you know, of porn pictures, Marlboro
Mm-hmm.
Man, beers, slipping into the river, go to the house, beers, you know, so he's invested years of grooming.
Yeah, that's how it works.
And at some point you have to
Unfortunately.
initiate more touch. That's why I see people tussle a young boy's hair and it just sends a chill down my spine. Because to the
Yeah.
normal person, it's like, oh, cute little Billy, you know? But to a predator,
Sorry,
they
that was so
need to
funny.
initiate touch. And that little tussle of the hair is going to go to a pat on the knee, is going to go to a pat on the thigh, is then going to go to a wrestling match. So he told me...
I mean, if
that
it's
he
your
wrestled
son,
my
it's
older
still
brother,
it's okay to
Jay.
do if you're. I mean, if you're not.
And he
Well,
wrestled
I
my
don't know.
next door
I don't
neighbor,
know.
Jeff. Jeff and Jay were inseparable. They were same age, same grade, in the Scouts together.
Okay.
And
Wonder
he
if his
says to
brother's still
me,
alive.
I wrestled Jeff and Jay. Let's see how tough you are. And I'm like, okay. And at first he would let me
I'm scared. I'm scared.
dominate, let's say, you know, get the upper hand on him.
Okay.
And then, like I said, that light switch would go off, and his eyes would turn dark and black,
Oh no! Oh no!
and he would pin me to the ground,
Oh
and
no!
would get his hulking 265-pound body on top of me, and start gyrating and moving and grooving.
Oh god!
And looking back on it at the time, not really realizing what he was doing, but he was erect.
Oh.
And this.
I'm
was
glad
getting
that.
off.
Okay, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm glad that Ron Mango did this interview. I understand that it was gonna have it. You had a warning in the beginning. So yeah, but
11, so you're tiny.
I was 10 when that started happening.
Oh,
when
10.
Wrestling started.
Okay,
I
10.
mean, he's like 3, 4, 5 times your size.
Yeah, I mean, and because of I was a sick little kid when I was young. Like, you know, I was in the hospital constantly with the flu and bronchitis and anything because of the hole in my heart. They would put me into the hospital immediately. I'd be in an oxygen tent, and you know, so I was constantly
And
in the
punch something,
hospital,
Jack. I don't know what to say.
and,
Damn. I'm just more like,
I
ooh.
had to be careful
Crash
for a
out,
long
crash out.
while
Yeah,
after
crash out, crash
surgery
out. Sorry.
with playing.
I'm taking my headphones off. I
There
don't know
was
what he's
some
saying right now, but I can read the
limitations put on me
subtitles.
by
I'm
the
just trying to get my
doctors,
hair
you know,
up
so
in.
I was just a small little kid back then, sick kid.
Okay.
And,
Oh, you're just talking about him being sick.
and this guy just took advantage of that, and
We all tweaked.
he could tell like I was insecure, you know, because
sorry.
my scar made me stand out, and they look for something like to separate the weak from the pack, you know, like any predator does. And my scar was, you know, in my insecurities
Yeah.
about it, is how he separated me from the pack. And wrestling was the next avenue of physical touch. He's devoted 4 years now of stories and secrets.
Yeah.
Alcohol.
So everyone who was 6,
pornography, and
he's now
it's
10.
time to get back to touch.
There's a part where in your book, your memoir, you talk about how he pinned you down and he says something along the lines of like, come on, you can get out, come on, squirm. Do you feel like he is getting off on you
Yes.
struggling, or
I'm saying yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
okay.
exactly what he was doing. You know, he would get me down, you know, like I would be in the dominating position on top of him, and then all of a sudden the light switch goes and he would get rough with me and like sort of throw me down, my 10-year-old body, throw me down and get on
And
top.
he got
And
sick too. He's sick as well. I mean, he had heart surgery, and then that's not making it
be
any good.
commanding me to try harder to get out,
What the
squirm
fuck?
more, move more, you know, because he's wanting me to move against him
Aw.
and what he
Sorry.
has going on.
Sorry.
he comes over for Christmas. What does he get you as a Christmas present?
I had a Boy Scout hunting knife, is what they were called.
And that's
he
the
brought
knife
me a whetstone sharpening kit to sharpen the hunting knife. And
No, he did. You know what's funny? Wait, did his dad give him that knife? Wait, I'm sorry. Who gave him that? Who gave him that hunting knife? If it was Dennis, he just sealed his fate. Said, "Yeah, here you go. You're not gonna kill me with it." A few years later, I don't know how old he is. We're not even there yet, but still, I'm here to start a crash out party. Oh my god.
over him drinking, you know, a glass or two of eggnog at our house, he taught me over the next.
Off topic, but eggnog is so bussin'. I don't care what anybody says. Eggnog is like top tier. I am sorry if no one likes it. I like it, bitch.
Hour, you
Give
know,
that to me.
Keep the blade at.
You got me
know, an
forever. No, I really
18-degree
was still.
angle, how to drive it, you know, across the stone, you know, with the
Oh,
oil
you
you
just
gotta
sealed straight.
use, and then he would have me do it, and taught me how to get a perfect.
I never had
blade
it.
on my
It's so
hunting
good though.
knife.
It's like
And that was something I kept perfectly sharp my
it's
whole
like
life.
I don't know how to
Hunting knife?
explain it. It's just really good.
What happens when you're 12?
It's delicious. Okay, at least I'm
And
not,
what
at least I'm not the
happens
only one.
to Dennis's dog as well. I know that there was like a hunting ploy excuse of like, you're gonna pretend to be shot in the woods because my buddy shoots everyone without thinking.
Don't tell me the dog died. Don't tell me the dog died. Do not fucking tell me that he killed the dog. I will skip
So
that part.
at
I don't care.
12, he concocted this whole big hunting ruse of having a friend
Oh no, not the
who just
doggy.
shot him, aimed and shot without knowing if it was safe to shoot. And he said, we've got to correct my friend from this bad habit, and I'm gonna use you as a decoy out in the woods. You're gonna be laying there with fake blood on you,
Oh
and I'm
my
gonna take him
God.
out hunting, and he's gonna do his typical shoot, and then we're gonna come upon you lying there with fake blood.
It's a little thick though. It's
And
it's very
You
thick,
need
but
to
it's good.
practice gurgling sounds, like you're gurgling blood. Your death rattle. He called.
The gurgling, I don't think that's supposed to be for death. I think that's supposed to be like Oh God, please don't tell me,
all day.
please.
You have to practice your death rattle. So he got me
If
down
the
at
dog
the
dies,
lake
I'm gonna
one
punch
day,
everything.
got me
Chat. I'm gonna punch the air. I'm not gonna punch anything because if I do, it'll be my monitors or my computer. And if I punch those things, they'll never see me until I can get a new PC.
back to his house.
So
We're going to
let's not
practice
do
your
that.
death rattle at the
Okay.
house. And
Okay.
instead of
Did I
offering
hear
me
dog?
beer, he
Please
offered
don't.
me blackberry brandy, a glass
Ooh.
of blackberry brandy with a beer. And he told
What
me to
is
chug
black? Wait,
it. And
wait.
then
I'm
he
gonna
gave me another thing of
black
brandy.
brandy.
And his house
Oh,
was
it's liquor.
it was
That
a
shit looks
summer day,
nasty.
but his house was like way hotter inside than outside.
It's so
And
gross.
in my adult mind now,
That looks
looking
so
back,
gross.
I'm like, did he have his heat on? Did he like purposely turn his heat on in his house to make it sweltering, knowing
Maybe.
what he had concocted? Like I say, with a predator, you never know what they're thinking.
Get a
So
punching
his
bag.
house is boiling.
I should
We're
get a punching
sweating.
bag, chat.
He wants me to lay down on
Just like get up and start
his
punching the
bed to
punching
practice
bag.
my
Oh my
breathing.
God.
And it
Why?
goes to, it's so hot in here, let's just take our shirt and pants off.
No, you
and our
turn the heat
shorts
on.
off.
Oh
And
no.
then it goes to, he's behind me, has me in a bear hug, and me.
Okay. Okay, we're going. Okay.
And I'm screaming, I'm crying. And he had a dog, which is
You'd
called
hear
a
the tiniest
coonhound.
punches from me?
And
Is that what you're saying?
coonhounds have this long, drawn out howl they do.
Oh, okay. Please don't tell me you kill. Is this like a
As I'm
wild
being
animal?
raped, I hear his dog howling away because of
Okay,
my cries.
I'm
and
gonna say this one thing. I am so glad these subtitles cannot apprehend what they're saying. We're gonna say raised. You know what? That's one thing, but we all know what it is.
screams. And it didn't
We all
stop
know
this guy
what would happen.
until he was done doing what he wanted to do with me. And afterwards, he sat me down at his kitchen table and got another beer,
Ew.
like almost like we were
So-
two lovers who just had a romantic tryst.
Nah, I'm killing. You know what? I support him for killing this man. It goes from, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Together.
Okay, we're good. I just had to say that.
And he brought his dog over to me.
Oh no,
and said, I want to show you what
No.
will happen to you if you ever open your mouth about
No.
what just occurred.
Am I going crazy? I used to ask myself that all the time. I had these unwanted thoughts that felt so out of line in who I was.
And he started to beat his dog and beat his dog.
No.
And I'm crying.
No. If this dog dies, I'm done.
And screaming. and
I
begging
support
him
this
to please
man.
Stop, to please stop. And he wouldn't until the dog lay in a heap at my feet.
No.
Now,
I didn't think he was gonna
I was
actually.
just contacted just 2 days before this interview by a gentleman
Okay.
who, when he was 17 years old,
Oh,
needed
okay,
a
now we're
place
going-
to stay, and he stayed
Now we're going to a difference. I don't know.
at
I'm
Dennis
so
Peg's
confused.
house for 6 months. And he said it was the most bizarre 6 months of his life. He said the guy was a complete
Sorry.
freak. He said one thing that happened, though, is he got, now, when he was 17, he's
Okay.
10 years older than me.
Okay.
I would have been 7 back then. When
Okay.
me would be 5 years later.
Okay.
So this dog would be 5
I'm
years old.
learning the thing. Sorry, I'm talking.
And this guy said Dennis got this coonhound puppy when I lived with him, and it peed on the rug. And
Oh,
he
no.
beat the puppy so bad we had to take it to the vet to save its life.
He's an animal beater. You know how bad I want. Wait, I gotta look up. Wait, what type of puppy did they?
And this
Or
guy said Dennis got this coonhound puppy when I lived
Coonhound
with
puppy. I'm
him,
looking
and
up
it
this.
peed
I
on
need to
the
see how cute
rug,
this is, chat.
and he beat the puppy so bad we had to take it to the vet to save its
Coonhound.
life. So even as a puppy, he beat it for simply doing what puppies do. And
It's so cute. Oh no, chat, you gotta see this. It's so cute. Look at it. Oh my god. How could you beat this little thing? How could you beat? How could you? I hope he's burning in hell. I hope this man is burning in hell because how could you? Puppies pee because they don't know the bathroom yet. You gotta teach them that. Oh my god. I'm okay. I'm mentally okay. I can do this. I'm okay. I'm mentally
peed on a
okay.
rug.
I'm okay.
And then this is the same dog 5 years later that he beat and probably killed in front of me.
He never saw the dog again.
No. And a lady, a female guard who worked with him at the jail, told me how Dennis came in one day,
Okay.
all distraught, that his beloved coonhound dog Duke died. And we all gave him hugs and tears, and we all loved dogs.
I'm not getting a coolhound dog, but that dog deserves way better. I want a German, and you know what, Chad? If I ever get a German puppy, a German Shepherd puppy, y'all are never gonna hear me say, "Yeah, I did this." No, you'll hear me say, "I gave him treats. I gave her this. I gave him whatever gender I get. I don't know, but I gave him this, and this." You're never gonna hear me hurting my dog in any way, shape, or form. A dog peeing on the floor. A dog peeing on the floor is very normal. Not a dog, but a puppy. You gotta train that, like,
Dogs. We were all dog people. And
Okay.
she goes, I am horrified to think that's because of what he did in front of you, that
I
he
know.
killed Duke.
Yeah,
It
because
says in
I
your
love
book that
animals.
you
I love
felt
dogs, love cats.
guilty over what happened to the dog. Is that
He only. I
Did
felt
you
he
him nice
only
for
did
that?
to Duke.
Okay. I am nice. Well, one, I have. Oh, they're gonna hydrate. I actually gotta get water soon. But I'll be fine. Anyways, I know I'm too nice for that, and I'm glad I
Because of
am.
my cries and screams. And if I hadn't cried and screamed during the that what he did to Duke wouldn't have happened.
do you still feel that way, or
Oh
Yeah.
man.
I mean, he might have had that planned. Well, he couldn't determine if Duke was going to cry or not. Like I said, with a predator, you never know.
You never know. You never fucking know, Chad.
But yeah, I still feel guilty for Duke.
I feel bad for him.
do you feel like Duke had more
He may have
humanity
killed
than Dennis in
Dennis,
that
which
moment?
is never right.
I feel Duke and I were the
But-
only two in that room who had humanity. And that's saying a lot since Duke's a dog.
Sorry, I was kind of funny. I'm sorry.
Dennis, I feel, lost his humanity a long time.
Yeah, he definitely
ago.
lost his humanity. Ooh,
As soon as you dedicate your life to hunting children and them, you really can't.
Did he do
say
it
you have
once
humanity.
to him, or did he
That's
do it like
pure evil
multiple
to me.
times? My question, like,
If you're gonna define
was it a
what the
one-time
devil
thing?
is, the
But then
devil
again,
is really the guy with a smile on his face,
ooh,
who's charismatic, outgoing, friendly, charming, who everybody loves, who's involved in all these organizations, who's on the historical board, but who's only doing those things to fool people of his true nature.
What changed after that day?
My life was forever altered after that day.
Yeah.
My whole trajectory in life changed that day. Nothing would be the
And
same.
what's bad is
I would
he was
tell
a
myself
sheriff, so it's like
that talking about what just happened would be reliving it, and we were never going to do that. We could just bury this down deep inside and go about our life.
you shouldn't have done
I
that. But
convinced myself that that's what I could do. I led the most exhausting
okay,
life
good night, Zane.
because I would crank on a smile to the world, and inside I was completely broken and destroyed. And I went through that way my whole life until I couldn't keep it up any longer.
How many
So he
years
basically
passed
broke.
since you're 12 and then the day that you see Dennis Peg at Quick Check?
I was
okay, I thought-
45.
What happened?
Check.
I
Passed since you're 12 and then the day that you see Dennis Peg at Quick Check.
was 45
He was
when I
40?
saw him at the Quick Check.
Oh,
So you're talking
no.
33 years.
Oh.
33 years, he's probably still hunting kids.
Yep.
Yes.
And then there is a day that comes where you effectively hunt the hunter. You step into Quick Check. What happens there? It's like a gas station. It's a convenience store.
Yeah, this one was just a convenience store.
Okay.
They have gas stations now. They're a lot larger, but this was just a convenience store in a little, like, 4-store mall.
Okay.
I'm getting a coffee.
Okay.
I'm at the coffee island making a coffee. The front door opens.
Oh,
I think
no.
it had a bell on it, so it made me look up. And I look up, and I look into Dennis Peg's eyes. He sees me, and he yells out to me, "Hey, how are you, buddy?"
Fuck you. Oh, fuck you.
And I instantly start
No.
going into a panic attack.
No, I feel
could
bad.
Tell just by the way he said, "Hey, buddy," that he's going to come over to me. I had seen Dennis around our town over those 33 years.
Yeah. But he hasn't came
I
up to
recall
him, huh?
once in a bar after college. Me and my buddies were in a bar, and
I thought that I swear, chat, I thought that he killed him. Like in the beginning, I thought he killed him, like when he was in his 20s, not in his 40s, almost 50s, basically 45, mid 40s. Sorry, I'm
as
really
soon
bad
as
at
we
age.
ordered a beer, I get a pat on my shoulder, and it's Dennis Peg.
Oh hell no!
And I chug my beer, and I tell my buddies, we're going.
There's no
No
shame.
remorse, no shame, no guilt.
Of course there's
Yeah,
none.
the
Of course there's none.
Predators, yeah, they don't ever show that. So I had seen him around town, but it had been probably 10 years since I saw him. And what was different this time in that Quick Check, which completely unraveled me, was that he had a young boy by his side, probably close to the age he me at, and that young boy called him the same nickname
Oh no!
Dennis used to make me call him.
Oh
And I
no!
heard that nickname, and I saw that young boy, and it just ripped open everything for those 33 years that I told myself I could bury down and go about my life. When he would touch me, I would freeze. I would stiffen like a board, and I felt my muscles it's like a paralysis. And I felt that coming on me, and I felt it hard to breathe, and the thoughts in my mind, just like your mind starts swirling.
Just
where
hope he
you can't
doesn't
even
didn't
think.
have a new dog.
And I'm like, I got to get out of here before I completely freeze. And this guy grabs me, and I just left my coffee and whatever stuff I had on the island there, and I ran out past him. We sort of shoulder bumped a little, and he's like, "Where are you going? Where are you going, buddy? Come here!" And I ran out, and I hopped in my truck, and I sped out of the parking lot, and I went down the road, and my life unraveled. Just
Oh my god! I think that's the breaking point, wasn't
completely
it?
unraveled.
Do you think you saw yourself in the little boy? Is that, or you just felt protective of the little boy? Did you?
I couldn't get out of my mind over the next months that boy and wondering what part of the grooming process is he? Is he being shown Polaroid pictures? Is he having beers in his truck? Is he at the wrestling stage? Is he
that was the
teaching
last
his
straw, I
buddy
think.
how to shoot right in the woods by lying there with blood on, fake blood on him, and doing the death rattle in his bed? You know, it haunted me.
That was his last.
I couldn't even work any longer. Like, I was in business with my brother. We had Tire Automotive Center, and I
couldn't
walked
do
out
it?
one day,
You
and
couldn't do it?
I just couldn't go to work anymore. I was having to drink before work, just to go into work. You know, instead of filling my coffee mug with coffee, I was so out of sorts. I'm filling it with alcohol, and I'm doing other drugs. Cocaine.
That's sad, bro.
So I walked out of the business with my brother, and now I've got free time on my hand, which is never good when you have trauma.
Never good.
And I've got Dennis Pegg in the forefront of my mind. I've got that little boy in the forefront of my mind, and I had zero coping skills throughout my whole life. Like mindfulness, like all these foreign terms, I never incorporated it. You know. I just dove headfirst into drugs and alcohol. Like,
I don't even
literally
know.
around
Luckily,
the clock.
nowadays we have
Just
that now.
one drug on its own wasn't
Luckily,
enough.
it's getting better, but
So I'm
not
just
really.
taking any drug I can get to try to numb myself, to try to block the thoughts from.
Now we get to create our character. We want to be female. We could have a boy. Totally a chibi girl. That's cute.
You start unraveling after quick check. But then there's a guy that you see smirking. Who is this guy? You see him smirking on TV. What happens?
Yeah, I was in bad shape. You know, I wasn't sleeping much because of all the pain I'm doing.
Yeah, that should again not let you sleep. I don't
Jerry
think. I don't know.
Sandusky, the start of his molestation trial. Jerry Sandusky was one of the coaches at Penn State University.
So he was like a famous.
And he was
coach?
running a football camp for young boys, and over the course of years, decade plus, molesting boys at his football camp. He was finally facing trial for that, and his trial was starting on June 12th of 2012, and I saw him on the news get out of his lawyer's car and smirking and buttoning his coat jacket.
Bro, he looks like one. Oh my god. So he was a.
And I just started yelling curses at my TV and spitting on my bedroom floor because I saw Dennis Pegg as him. I felt Dennis Pegg was never going to face justice.
Yeah.
It's like a similar smirk that they have. Is it
Yeah, you know, they can never let their guard down. They'll never apologize to you. Like, victims always reach out to me and say, I want to go confront my abuser. And I'm just like,
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
You're going to get re-abused because they'll never give you the answer you want to hear. It's not worth your time. And so they keep that air about them. Dennis Pegg in that deli like calls out to me like we're best friends. I'm a victim of his. Like, what are you doing? Like, and Sandusky's getting out smirking as his trial's starting.
Yep.
And
They
that
never
just,
found justice
that just
because
infuriated me.
I don't even know why.
I spent the rest of the day out with a couple friends drinking and me sneaking drugs, you know. I got to go out and make a phone call, you know, in my truck. I'll be right back. You know, so, and I'd go out and do coke and pop a Xanax. And I had someone, I stopped at an Italian restaurant on the way home that night. I was meeting a buddy at my house who I had lent money to, and he was going to power wash the cedar siding of my house and stain it as repayment. So I was meeting him at home, but I stopped at this Italian restaurant, and there was a guy in there who burned me on a business deal, a motorcycle deal. I took out a $33,000 loan to have him build me this custom motorcycle, and he took the money my money and a couple other people's money and closed up shop in the middle of the night, then left town. And all of a sudden, here he was in this Italian restaurant.
Oh, hell no.
So I went up to him and had words with him. And he was with his family. So I said, out of respect for your family, I'm not going to take this any further, but, you got to pay me, And he just told me to get lost,
Of course.
So I get home.
That's $33,000.
I tell my buddy about seeing that guy. And, we unloaded the equipment first, and we're having a glass of wine at the kitchen table. And my buddy goes to me, that guy's got to be number one on your hit list. And
oh no,
it's been 33 years.
Oh no, that must have
I was
flipped the switch in his brain or some shit.
I never told anyone. And for whatever reason, I couldn't stop the words coming out of my mouth. I just said, actually, he's number 2 on my hit list. The piece of garbage who me as a young boy is number 1. And there it's out for the first time. The air was like heavy, like time stopped.
You don't tell me you killed that guy for that motorcycle thing, because then I would be like, what the hell?
Are sitting across from each other on a
He
table.
only
We're
killed
just
one
staring
person,
at each
though.
other. And he's like, are you for real? Or are you messing with me?
So this is the first time in 30 years that you tell anyone?
Yeah. To be exact, 33 years. Yeah.
You tell Bob, it just happens. You don't even decide. It's not like...
Yeah, it just came out before I could even stop my mouth from speaking. I was just so tired and exhausted and beaten down from drugs, and seeing that other guy inflamed me at the Italian restaurant, and just
I think everything
it just came flying out.
Everything just
Who
didn't
is
help.
the first to talk, you or Bob?
Bob's, as I recall, is the first to say,
Oh no, this man helped him. Oh,
like,
God.
are you
I don't
for
know
real?
how to feel.
And I'm like, yeah, I'm for real. And then he's like, who is he? I'm like, he was my Boy Scout leader. And
Oh no.
where did it happen? When did it happen? So I'm just saying, and he's like, where does he live? And I'm like, he lives like 2 miles from here. And I think at that point I said to him, you know what, it's time to go confront this guy.
Was he just gonna confront him, or was he planning on murder?
Ever since seeing him with that boy in that quick check, I've just been haunted, and I'm like, it's time to go confront him. Now, Dennis Pegg, he had retired from the sheriff's department, but he was still
He was a police officer or a sheriff, basically. He could have got death because killing I think killing any police, even if they're retired, I think you can get death. If I don't know. Maybe I'm stupid.
Everybody in law enforcement has to get recertified with their handgun every year, and he was the firearms instructor for 2 counties, Sussex and Morris. So every cop, every sheriff's officer had to go to him to get recertified. So the guy was a complete gun nut. And I told Bob that, and I said, we ought to take something with us.
Mm-hmm.
I gave Bob a steak knife.
Oh my
And I went
God.
under my bed to where I kept that Boy Scout hunting knife he taught me how to sharpen. And
Oh
I grabbed
no.
that. Now,
He's an idiot for teaching him how
Stephanie,
to
basically
fucking
this was a
sharpen it.
suicide mission. A steak knife, a hunting knife against a guy who had 33 guns in his house. Shotguns, rifles, and over a dozen handguns. If you were
How did he
doing
not
what he was
die?
doing for 45 years, you would think he would have a gun at the ready under every table, on every armrest, on
Yeah.
every couch cushion. You would think.
How did he not die though? I mean,
My
you
time,
think he
know,
would?
I'm rolling the dice here. 45 years in, I better be ready.
Like-
So it should have been a suicide mission when I went there.
Yeah,
What did
yeah.
Bob say when you made that suggestion?
I just handed him the knife and I said, I'm going to go get my hunting knife, and that was pretty much it. It wasn't, it wasn't like a long drawn out thing where we're crossing our T's and dotting our I's, and this is how this is going to happen, and that's how that's.
It was just
gonna
a spur of
happen.
the
It was just
moment.
I'm like, let me just go confront this piece of garbage, you know.
It's a spur of the
and,
moment.
we'll
He didn't
take
even
these
think
with
he was
us.
going to kill him.
And it's a 6-inch hunting knife, right?
Yeah.
Was that the biggest knife you had, or was it more so poetic justice because he was teaching you to sharpen that specific knife? Or you had like no thoughts, you're like, let me just grab a knife.
I would think it's subconscious,
Yeah.
poetic justice, you know.
Yeah.
Like, take this with you, you know.
So you have no plan, just a knife.
Here's how we created our Pet Steps app for a class project. First, the brush. Now the lasso for tweak.
You guys drive to Dennis's house. At what point are you like, maybe this is not a good plan?
No, just like I said, he had a long driveway. Yeah, it had a 90-degree turn in it. Bob pulled up there, and at the 90-degree turn, stopped, went up the driveway. His front door was open, and there he is sitting. Like, he had a storm door. It's a summer night, so the storm door's shut. I mentioned earlier, you know, like the definition of a devil. Well, to me, it looked like the devil sitting in his lair. That's all I saw. But seeing him, this is the first time I'm back at that house.
After everything?
33 years since what happened with me and the dog. I never went back to that house.
Oh my God.
And I instantly started going to that panic attack again. Just breathing got real hard, and I feel like rigor mortis in my muscles.
Oh God.
And before I completely froze, I walked up to his door, that storm door, and ripped it open, broke the hinge.
No. Thank God she
I'm
blurred
standing
it.
in his doorway. It's 9:30, 9:45 at night.
Okay.
And there's somebody you ripped in your doorway who just ripped open your door. And he casually looks over his shoulder at me and goes, "Hey, how are you?" And it just...
What? Kill him.
This seemed
Kill
like
him.
the
Kill him with
most
fire at this point. Oh my God.
incredulous thing to say in that moment.
Like, that's
But
just
again,
weird.
they can never let their guard down. Like, a normal person would like get on their hands and knees and start praying like, "Oh my God, I wronged you. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I
a
know
normal
you're here.
person.
Please forgive me. I'm sick. I need help. Come in. Let's talk."
Like a normal person, yes.
No.
Do you think if he did that, anything would be different?
Maybe. I don't know.
If someone's down on their hands and knees praying to you, praying at you, begging for forgiveness, I would think so. Yeah.
I feel like
he's
not a killer. This guy is not a killer. He killed him. We'll figure out why in a second, but he killed him probably because of all the rage, and you're suppressing your emotions. Don't suppress your emotions, chat. Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. It's just I don't think
praying to you, praying at you.
I don't think he's a
begging
killer.
for
Like I think
forgiveness, I would think so. Yeah.
he's a lover. This
so
guy.
He just says, "Hey."
Yeah.
How are you?
What happens next?
I'm not eating a sandwich. No.
We all have two faces. The face we show the world and the face behind closed doors. I've been showing the world
Yes, you are. No, I'm not.
that one face. And no one for 33 years has seen the face behind closed doors. Dennis is now going to see my other face.
Oh, no.
The face filled with rage.
Oh.
The face filled with hate. The face filled with anger.
Well, let me check where
And I
these
said,
sandwiches
"Hey,
going
how
on.
am I?
If it's me or you.
Let me show you how the hell I am."
No.
And I raced across this room.
Oh.
He stood up, and a violent struggle started.
Oh,
I started
no.
slashing at him with the knife. He started punching me. A violent, bloody brawl ensued. At one point, he connected
on you,
with
no.
he's still this monster hulking guy.
but
and he connects with a square shot to my jaw.
Oh no.
And as I'm falling down, I grab his shirt to keep from
My
falling
disappointment
down.
is immeasurable.
I bring the knife down,
And my day is
that's
ruined.
when I'm holding his shirt, and that's where it goes straight through
Oh.
and straight out. And
So when they were in that fight, he didn't actually. Oh, that's how he got the hole
into his skin, just a little. We continue going at it.
That's how he got the
and,
gash. I was wondering how he got
I mean,
that.
we're talking minutes here. It's not.
Well, not
it's
the
not
gash,
like a
but the big
long,
ass
drawn-out
wound in
thing,
his
you know,
arm.
maybe 3-4 minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It was quick.
Where was his friend?
And he slips in the blood, and he falls down, and it's a mix of our blood. You know, like I'm gushing blood now. And he's up against the wall. I lean down in front of him. I got eye to eye with him.
Oh no.
And I said, "It's not so fun raising little boys now, is it, Dennis?" And I slit his throat.
Oh.
And Bob was standing in the doorway, wide-eyed. And I said, "Go get the van and bring it up." Because I had one more thing I wanted to do. I walked over to the bedroom. He ripped me in, and I spit on the bed.
Oh, that's why he spit on the
The
bed.
answer to everyone's question is, did this solve everything?
No, it never
No,
solves
didn't
anything.
solve everything.
It never solves anything. I mean, yeah,
You don't heal from trauma by adding more trauma. You don't heal from sexual abuse by murdering someone. It's not how you heal. I stopped the predator from ever harming another young boy. 45
stopped
years
that,
was long enough of raping young boys. It should never have came to that. It would be uncovered that multiple boys over the years had come forward and filed lawsuits against him, and he got out from every one of them. But I did what I did, and I knew walking out of his house that night that my life was over.
Yeah.
You can't have the wound I have and just show up at a hospital and be like, I was cutting a steak and drove a 6-inch hunting knife through my hand and severed all the ligaments and tendons. I need help.
Did you think about doing that though?
I knew it wasn't an option. Like, I just knew things were never going to be the same again.
Yeah.
So at no point during this altercation, and I know minutes are brief, but at no point he doesn't apologize.
Too.
No, there was just, the only words he said was, "Hey, how are you?" And throughout the whole attack, he made like a high-pitched squeal. He never uttered a word like "stop," "let's talk," "don't do this."
Is it bad that I can like imagine his high pitch like what hell?
No words,
I don't give a fuck.
just
He's a
pitched squeal.
He killed somebody,
a wounded
so
animal almost.
not him,
Not
but
one
no wait,
other word other than that initial thing when I was
okay,
standing
my
in his
brain.
doorway.
Did you feel like you're in control of your movements at that time, or did you feel like you're watching from the outside in, or you're just like on autopilot?
No.
What is that?
Yeah, I definitely wasn't in control of my
No, I can't
movements
get the
or
fucking
any-
squeal out of my head. My fault, chat.
It was like something had taken over my body, and man, would I be honest if I said I had a out of body experience during that? No, I wouldn't be honest. But it was like that. It was like looking at this reel going on, and just like that's how when I look back at it, like I can't believe what happened. I can't believe that I got to that point of brokenness to go do that and potentially flush my whole life away just from never healing from trauma. It's keeping the secret and not addressing it and not trying to grow from it or heal from it or learn from it or do anything other than let it just poison my system for decades. And that's what it did. And that's the part that I look back on now, and I just like, man, I probably would have died of a drug overdose, and everybody would have been like, oh my God, Clark Clark had a great education and he was so popular. And what did he go die of a drug overdose from? I mean, that's where my life was headed.
Yeah.
Are you saying that even when you killed Dennis, you didn't even feel a moment of relief?
No, there was no relief because of the wound I had, because of how gory and horrific killing someone was. Again, I don't view Dennis as having humanity, but it hurts your soul to kill somebody. It's not therapeutic in any way. It's not.
To some
it's not
killers,
healing.
yes, but no.
It damages your psyche. It damages your soul. It hurts. And I had to be completely broken to go do that.
He was.
Make your dog a Quattro dog.
Do you have nightmares about it, or
No.
you never think about it?
No, I don't give him. Again, if I killed an innocent person, that would haunt me. If I killed a human, that would haunt me. I don't view Dennis as an innocent person or a human.
Why did you walk to the bedroom?
That was to go spit on the bed he ripped me in.
At what point were you like, I'm going to spit on this bed? Like, was it just like...
I don't know what came over me. Like, you know, again, it's not like Bob and I sat at the kitchen table, like across from each other like you and I are. And I said, yeah, after I do this, and this, then in my bloody footprints, I'm going to walk to the bed. He spit me on, or ripped me on and spit on the bed, you know? So, like, I don't know what possessed me.
Maybe
to
it
go
was
do that.
justice.
It's something to just bring things full circle.
Not
into a
justice, but
closure.
maybe
I needed to do
closure.
that.
Yeah, not justice, but
I thought it brought complete closure, like, to my life and his. Like, there was 2 deaths that day. The life I had been living up to that point, I could never go back to living the way I was. And I literally thought, I forfeit the rest of my life. I'll either kill myself or spend the rest of my life in prison. I forfeited any healthy, happy life to just put an end to his reign of terror. That's what I thought.
It's interesting because, like, when I'm reading your memoir and going through that moment, because I mean, the way that it's written, I feel like I'm there. I'm obviously not experiencing like the depth of emotions, but it feels I'm there with you. It almost feels therapeutic when you spit on his bed. And it's like kind of interesting because I know you don't advocate for people to do and follow in those steps, but it just, I guess it was relief for the reader.
There's some sort of poetic justice in doing that.
Yeah.
I think if everybody, and it's a lot of everybody's, if they could spit on the bed they were ripped in, they would want to do it.
Yeah. You have a hole in your hand. You drive
a lot
home,
of people. It's sad.
and you say you need to tell your mom. What is the thinking behind that? You're telling your mom because you don't know what's going to happen next, or?
Yeah, my mom had just come up from Florida. You know, welcome home, Mom.
Welcome home.
I called my best friend at the time and the girl I was dating and asked them to come over because I just my life's over, Steph. You know, like am I gonna kill myself after this, or am I gonna spend life in prison? It's one of those 2 things. So let me say goodbye to my buddy. Let me say goodbye to my girlfriend, and let me get my mother up and say goodbye to her.
Oh my God!
This isn't gonna turn out good.
Yeah, he was thinking about doing.
She's 80. How old was she at the time?
Yeah, like 81 maybe.
And so your plan is, I'm gonna wake my mom up, tell her goodbye. But your mom's plan is, I'm gonna clean up the blood, and we're gonna run. We're gonna.
I'm sorry.
Get away with murder together.
Yeah, Mom's like, we're getting away with murder. You know?
Oh my God! Her mom was a ride or die though.
Oh man, I guess it's good to laugh about it now, right?
So she wakes up and you tell her what happened. You still don't tell her.
The thing is, I couldn't even tell her then that I was by Dennis. I still couldn't I couldn't bring it out. And she was like dumbfounded. What? Why would you go do this? Why? And I said, to avenge a lot of other kids in this town. And she goes, still, why you? Why are you the Avenger? Why? I don't get it. Why? And I couldn't tell her, like, for raping me too, Mom. I still couldn't say it, even though I told it to my buddy earlier. She helped me upstairs. I wrapped my hand in duct tape, which fixes everything. So I wrapped it with paper towel and duct tape.
That's not funny. That is not funny, but that's kind of funny.
Took a couple Xanax and went to bed. And my mother went downstairs and started scrubbing the floors.
Oh my God.
To get the blood up.
And so she's like, we're going on the run. But you wake up and the cops are surrounding.
Yeah. She told my sister that she was going to take me and we were going to go on the run.
I know, it says in the book you guys are thinking the end of the world, which is Florida.
Right.
You guys are going to go to Florida.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I like the plan. I think your mom is really adorable. I mean, I was just so fascinated by your mother because, you know, she's cleaning up the blood. She's ready to go Bonnie and Clyde with you. And then the cops come the next morning. They've got on the loudspeakers. They're saying, Clark, come out. And she's like, no, the neighbors are going to hear.
Oh my God, no, the neighbors are going to hear.
She said to one of the troopers as I was still in my bedroom, what are the neighbors going to think?
Oh my
He's
God.
like, ma'am,
Great
I
place
really
to run
don't
away,
give a damn what
yeah.
the neighbors think.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so you see the cops outside.
So they took her out. They took her out of the house.
And they're like, you look out the window and they're just like trying to be sneaky, trying to...
They're like I said, they're hiding behind trees. You know, they don't know
what's inside,
what I have, if I'm loaded up with a AR-15 or what my mental state is. You know, they've got a dead body.
Yeah.
So every one of them has their gun drawn.
Yeah.
Everyone's taking, you know, some sort of protection. There's this big rock to the left of the yard, and there's trees, and there's the shed out back, and they're just all behind everything, and then they're behind their cars lining the street, and I just couldn't believe it. I was lying in bed like, how are we gonna get out of this? Like, how are we gonna get out of this? And like, there's gotta be a way out of this. And before I could even possibly think of any way out of this, the cops are there, and your stomach just drops, and you're just like, it's over, bro. It's over. And all I could think, you know, they ordered me out of the house over a bullhorn.
Yeah.
And as I walked to that front door,
I'm very intrigued by this. Well,
called out to God, let one of these guys kill me when I step out. Like, it's over. It's over, God. Like, I don't want to do life in prison. Just take me now. And
wasn't God's plan.
Let him shoot me when I walk out.
Wasn't God's plan,
I stepped out the
though.
front door with my state police shirt on that I put on, and I put my arms out to the side, and I just sort of tilted my head back, and I just waited for the crack of a gun.
Sorry.
And it never came. And instead, I was ordered off my porch down to her front lawn, spread eagle, handcuffed, and taken away.
Wasn't God's plan to get.
Were you
taken
disappointed
out?
when you didn't hear a shot go off?
Yeah.
You were.
Because in that ride to the police barracks was like the longest ride of my life, and I'm just like, man, one of these guys couldn't kill me, put me out of my misery. Like, I'll have to find a way in prison to do it. I'll have to take care of this myself.
You killed a cop. You're arrested by a bunch of cops. You're about to go to the jail.
Ooh. That's better now than he did. Well, then again, he had trauma, but is that blood? I can't tell.
That cop worked at. things are not looking good. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. Understatement of the year.
Yeah, that's really
But there are
bad.
some cops, some detectives who
Yeah, that's really bad,
seem
chat.
to.
Get all the perks with a PF Black Card for $1 down and $24.99 a month.
It'd be so cruel if I didn't let my body move.
They give you some sage advice in that weird moment. What happens there? Like, what was the energy? Like, are all the arresting officers, do you feel like hatred dripping off of them because you killed a cop? Or do you not even notice what their energy is? What is that dynamic?
Well,
Yeah, what a
I'm
thing to
thinking,
say.
like, I'm
What do you
public
mean?
enemy number one amongst law enforcement. I just killed one of their own. And yet at the state police barracks, this lieutenant, Howie Ryan, comes in and goes, I have to apologize to you. And I'm like, what are you apologizing to me for? And he's like, I've heard rumors about Dennis Pegg for a long time. And he goes, I want to apologize to you
It's
for
not looking
never
good. Yeah,
stopping
yeah.
him. He goes, but
Yeah.
I can't arrest somebody on rumors. I need victims. I need cold, hard facts. And I had neither of those. And I apologize to you.
Oh my
And then he
God.
left the room. And at first, Steph, I felt, wow, that's pretty cool. And then I'm like, just started fuming. I'm like, even the state police knew. Everybody knew about Dennis Pegg and Young Boys. Everybody's got a story. The state police just
Unfortunately,
admitted they knew. And yet, I'm the one who just had to flush his life away and look at life in prison to stop him. Like, and they knew.
not even life, probably
And,
dead.
and then, so I went from feeling good for a second, getting really pissed off for another second, and then I'm like, what's it matter anyway? I'm done. I'm done. When that cop, Howie Ryan, came back in the room, he could see that I had like mailed it in. He said, I could tell you were done. And he goes, something moved in me that even though you thought you were done, I didn't think you were done. And he said, look, I've got your DNA all over that crime scene. He was in charge of the CSI team that worked Pegg's house. He's like,
Oh
"Your blood's
my
everywhere."
God.
He goes, this isn't a whodunit. He goes,
Well, you
but
can
that
tell what that
doesn't
is, but I'm
necessarily
probably fine.
mean your life's over. My detectives and detectives from the prosecutor's office are in another room waiting to interrogate you. He goes, if you go in that room and open up your mouth, you could potentially destroy the rest of your life. He goes, I'm telling you right now, go in there, exercise your Fifth Amendment right,
Yes.
request a lawyer,
Yes.
and stay
Yes.
keep your
yes.
mouth shut.
Yes.
Stay
Yes.
quiet.
Yes. Please do
And I
that.
said
Please
to
tell
him,
me.
But I don't have a lawyer. And he
Yes.
goes, I'm going to take care of that for you.
Oh, is he
He
the
goes,
lawyer?
I'm going to get you a lawyer.
Oh.
And he left the room, and on his cell phone, he called one of the big lawyers in our county
Oh,
and said,
no.
I need you to send over,
You got the
fax
good
over to the
lawyer.
state police barracks, a retainer for somebody, like, immediately. And the lawyer said, who is he and what did he do? And he goes, Clark Fredericks, murder. And he goes, okay then. And
Sorry.
had a thing
Just
over
the,
in a
okay
couple
then,
minutes.
I'll do that.
So he tells you not to talk. Do you listen to him?
Oh, I got it.
I
I'm
do.
wondering if it's like a part
Right
one.
when you get arrested, it seems like the whole town is divided. A lot of people feel like you did this for very nefarious reasons. Other people start hearing what Dennis has been doing around town. Do you feel like at any point were there just dividing opinions? Did it feel like everybody had their own thought about what the reason, the motive was?
Yeah, there were some vocal people on his side who were pro Dennis.
Oh,
who
God.
just like referred to me as a
Ew.
drunk drug addict
Sorry.
who just killed a great man. You know,
A great man.
like yeah, I just woke up one day and said, Dennis Pegg, I'm going to go kill you for no reason. Before it like
Side-eye. Like,
really
literally
started
side-eye
coming
right there.
out about what happened, you know, because yeah, there were the little old ladies on the historical society that worked with him were like, he was such a sweet man. You know, the mayor in Stowell at the time was like, oh, he was a giant of a human being, you know, and And then people like Howie Ryan are like, no, I knew all about rumors about this guy. Your audience is going to have to get the book because there's a line from Howie Ryan.
Should I get this book? I kind of want to watch this. Not watch. I kind of want to read this book now. I kind of want to read this book. I really don't know if I should spend money on it. I do, but I don't know.
In the book to the prosecutor, it's one of the greatest lines you will ever hear. I don't want to give it away. It's such a... It's the most powerful line you will ever read.
No.
Said by him.
We will put the page number so you guys can go get it.
Yeah.
And I will tell you what page because I know
You know exactly what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what line
That was
you're
a powerful
talking about.
line,
Yeah.
right?
No,
Right, it's
that was
unbelievable line.
I'm about to get this book now, chat. I gotta know what the fuck. I gotta know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At that point,
wanna
once
see-
you've been arrested, you're
I need
facing
mental help if I'm
first
trying to
degree
get a book
murder
right now.
charge
Oh my God.
Initially, so you're facing life in prison,
Life in prison.
and you have an attorney, and they're saying,
Oh,
have
not
a
even
little
death.
hope, but not
Good.
too much hope.
Yeah. You know, and it's funny that the lawyer
Read on
Howie
stream.
Ryan at the barracks called.
I would love to read on stream. I'm just gonna say this right now. It's gonna be short and sweet. I cannot read for the life of me half the time. Every time I have to read something in a game, I sit there like stuttering half the time. Like I'll try, but I don't know.
George Daggett, who sent the retainer over. I never even interviewed him at the jail as one of my lawyers. I don't know why, but I interviewed a bunch of other lawyers, and one lawyer just wanted to get me bailed out. We'll get you bailed out of here in 3 days.
Damn.
And I'm like, all right. And then this other lawyer,
He's like, okay, no, down in 3 days. Like, oh, okay. What does bailing out have to do with the
he
outside?
came
That's
in
funny.
all flashy with his, gold jewelry,
Oh,
Rolex watch, and he's listing all these cases he's worked.
Okay.
And I knew the cases, and he lost them all. But in my head, I'm like, but you lost all those, so
That's so bad.
And then this guy Dan Perez came in. He just looked like a really good guy, like really down to earth. And he came in, and he said, "I think we can have a valid defense for this." And I was like, "Really?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "It's not going to be easy, but I don't think your life is over." I was like, "Really?" I'm like,
That's how he's
"You're
out now. You gotta get it.
What's that?
You're hired.
During that time, Dennis had a security deposit box that the police go through.
Yeah.
And they find a bunch of letters
Right.
that he wrote 10 years before he died.
Correct. And when he was in his young to mid 50s, healthy.
Okay.
They all have some variation of pray for me. I hope I didn't disappoint you. Forgive me for any failings. Do you think some of these letters are to victims?
Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy.
And like, they're creepy.
Yeah.
There's
That's just
something really creepy.
That's just
about 'em.
weird.
Like,
that's just
and the
crazy and
prosecutor
weird.
Told me after the fact that he thinks there was 14 of them in there. That 13 were probably victims. Would you ever think, like right now, to like write letters to people in case you die?
No.
He was 50 something years old. Like what would make you do that?
That's weird.
And he
That's
does
just
keep
weird.
writing, interestingly, like, if I go to heaven, pray for me. But if you're already dead, I don't know what exactly he's asking for in prayer.
Yeah.
Is it to get to heaven? It's weird. They're
Yeah,
very
it
strange.
was.
That's weird.
I read those, and it just like left me feeling yucky. Like,
Yeah.
and then if you assume that they're to victims, like, I tried my best. I thought we were family. Forgive me for shortcomings. What are your shortcomings?
That's weird.
How many victims do you think that he had?
My buddy's wife is the sheriff's secretary, and she sat in on every meeting with the sheriff in the early days, and they estimate well over 100.
One of the other victims is very close to you. Family relation. Who was that?
My brother.
No.
What happened to your brother?
His brother.
My arrest
brother.
opened up my brother's Pandora's box. You know, like seeing that
Please tell me
boy
his
in
brother's
that
not
deli
dead.
open
Please tell
my
me his brother did
box
not
up.
try anything. Oh
My
my god.
arrest opened my brother's box up, and my brother wasn't ready to face it.
Don't tell me. Don't tell me his brother did the unthinkable.
He wasn't ready to handle it, didn't want to deal with it. You know, like I told myself at 12, we're just going to bury this and go about our life. Well, that's what my brother had done his whole life. And everyone urged him to get help, to see a therapist. And my brother did what I did, was to numb himself. And I found him dead on our kitchen floor a couple of years ago from drinking himself to death.
Oh, he did it before he.
This is going to be a
Not before,
two-part
but
interview. This is part 1. In part 2, we're going to ask Clark about how and why the FBI came to him to warn him that someone put a hit out on his life. He has, there's his entire journey, or I guess more so fight in prison, trying to get through it while he's surrounded by criminals who are accused of doing the very thing that Dennis Pegg did, which is harm children. There are letters that Dennis Pegg left his presumed victims in his safety deposit box, and how someone very close to Clark is killed by Dennis Pegg after Clark gets out of prison. Like, how does that even happen? We're gonna go through all of that in part 2. Also, how the hell does Clark get out of prison when he's facing a first-degree murder charge and life in prison?
Yeah, like
that will all be asked in part 2. But in the meantime, if you feel like you can't wait for those answers, which same, you can get Clark's memoir. It's probably the most intense memoir that I've ever read, and I've read.
I may have to. Even if I see the part 2, I'm gonna have to get this book now. I'm gonna get this book. I don't care.
Copious amounts of memoirs before. There are just so many
Am I gonna
aspects
waste
of the
money on
story
this?
that aren't
Maybe.
included in our episodes that you can
Am I
find
gonna like
in
it though?
depth in his book.
Yes.
I think I finished the
Yes.
whole book the first time around in like 4 hours.
Oh
It
yeah, I
was
could do that.
one of my quickest reads. There's something about it where
Well, I could do
don't
that.
know how Clark does this,
Post me
but
chat.
every time you catch yourself feeling like, okay, there's a black hole that we've now went into, there's no way out of it, you get out, and then there's just like another black hole, and it is like the most intense emotional journey that I have ever been on. You can also find Clark on his social media accounts and his own podcast, which I will link below. But with that being said, that is part
Is it
1
already
of
out?
the 2-part series
I think
of
this
the
is the
story
next
of Clark
one.
Fredericks. And I will see